Welcome back to Straight Talk. Everybody had a good Mother's Day. I hope everybody out there in the community also and everywhere else. On to other things. Before we get into a little bit more serious things, see the daycare's over here next door. There's a sign out there. Yeah.
Yeah, Mohawk TV is still here. Mm-hmm. We're in it, but we opened a new facility here. Well, not here, in the old Game Busters location. So we have another daycare up here.
Is it an expansion?
It's an expansion. Mm-hmm. We still have the one at my house. We expanded here. Like we opened in September of 2007, and obviously it's been almost it's going on 2 years, but it's like more a year and a half, and we always got a lot of requests, and there's like 60. There was 60 daycare spots designated for Ganawagi, and we had 9 at the beginning, and then I think Gariwanoru had 12, and so that's the only spots that were available. But there was 60 altogether. So there was all those daycare spots that weren't being used because nobody was opening any daycares and doing anything. Step by Step is already up to its capacity, and they can't include any more. So with that in mind, then we said, well, we added more kids to the one at my house, and then maybe from last year we started to work at how can we get more, and how can we do that. Step by step, Debbie, they helped us out a lot in how, with the planning stages and getting everything together. Anyway, we were supposed to open April 1st, and we missed that deadline, and May 2nd, but we opened yesterday on the 9th, and it was stressful.
Talk about a Mother's Day gift.
It was stressful and tiresome, but it's worth it. It gives, we have 18 spots there, so it gives 18 more families daycare, and they appreciate it when they got that phone call saying that there was more spots opened, and that's good. I mean, I think we're still looking for maybe 2 or 3 more kids to fill it over 26 months, because we're going to try to keep them a little older here, and then we take them from 1 year to like 2.5 at my house, so that it gives that, it's better for the kids anyway. The curriculum's a little bit different. The learning process is more, and they're more with their ages, but it's good. I mean, it's going, we'll see. I mean, it's a learning curve for everybody, and it's a new location, so new location, new kids, new staff, but it's fun.
It's happening.
Yeah, it's stressful and fun, but it's it's moving.
So it's one thing that'll always, hopefully, be more of is babies. Right?
That doesn't seem to be a shortage of that here.
I think we have, between 95 and 100 kids a year born.
Really? Something like that? Wow.
So, you figure after 1 or 2 years, people are looking for a daycare, because it gives the opportunity for a lot of the parents that want to go back to school, or, that they're off work, or they how do you go back, and babysitters cost so much now, and at least if it's a subsidized program, you're paying a minimal amount, and you're not
But
paying.
child care is always an issue, right from the get go, and it's really hard, because I know of like some people that were when they found out they were pregnant, they were putting their names on lists.
We have people like right now.
So
How does Ganawagi fit in the whole Quebec scheme of $5 a day daycare? Well,
It's $7.
$7, but $7.
But it's all part of the same thing, regardless.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't matter if we had like 4 or 5 spots open, and we had somebody from Chateauguay or wherever they're from. Like, we have a lot of people in this community that work here that aren't from here, and we have a few people who have applied. So it doesn't matter where you're from. The daycare is for everybody in the province of Quebec. It's subsidized, so it doesn't really matter. So I mean, we do have people on our list that do work here or have worked here for years and have children, they want daycare because it's easier for the mothers because, you know, you drop the child off at daycare and you go to work, you come back, pick up your child and you go home and it's,
Years ago, I was living in Thunder Bay, and daycare then, it was like $100 a week. I mean, now it's private daycare, you know, it's like,
Yeah.
yeah. So I mean, in some places are more, because even in Quebec, even though they have subsidized daycare, they have private daycare that, that you pay, I think it's like, whatever, like $30-$40
It's about
a day.
35.
Depends
something
on
like
where
that,
you go. It's like between 32 and $40. But it's also subsidized. I think you get like a
Get
tax.
so much
break.
of it back.
Yeah, every month you get so much of that. I think 70% back or something like that. And I'm not sure if it's in a way of tax or if you have to fill out forms and send it in. But you still do that even at private daycare. So.
I think it's like more like at the end of the year, if I remember
Is
correctly.
it? Well,
Because at
however
the
it
time
works,
when my daughter was young and I had to pay for daycare, I just saved my receipts, or I got my receipts at the end of the year, and when I filed my income tax, I was able to get back like a big chunk of it, not all of it, but a big chunk of it.
We have one or two parents that ask for receipts, you know, at once a year, at the end of the year, and we give it to them. This is, you know, what you paid over the year for daycare, and I guess they submit it, but.
So
But it's
childcare,
needed.
and it's much needed, always. So, cool stuff. So what else are we talking about here? Are we
Well,
going to get into anything?
well, we could clean up a little. Sanitary laws, apparently gone through, it's already gone through the first read, but they're going ahead with it.
Yeah, I mean, I guess they had a press release today that they're telling people to clean up their yards.
Or they'll clean it up for you?
Or they'll clean it up for you what it cost. You know, it's needed. I don't know how far they're going to take it. I mean, obviously they're talking about not cosmetic cleanup. I mean, I guess if your grass is not cut like Chateauguay, there you have to cut your grass out of the community. If it's not cut, they fine you. I don't think they're going to go that far here, but I think that some of the places that
But they're saying that.
are over.
They're saying that, though. But it's
Well,
not written down, though.
No, it's not written. But you know, what they're saying is that if there's an abundance amount of garbage and things, you know, it's attracting rats and animals and different things like that.
So if you don't have rats, it's okay.
Yeah.
No,
Anyway.
you know what, it's.
I don't know.
The point is, if
Obviously,
you
it's
just have somebody saying, oh, this is only going to go this far. But if it doesn't say that in the law, then you don't have any guarantee that that's only as
there's
far as
not.
it's gonna go.
It's like I said, I don't see it as a bad thing, but what are the what ifs? You know what I mean? How far, what's the limitations for it? And how is it, but the thing is, again, how is it going to be enforced? And what if somebody doesn't listen to
That's
you?
part of what I'm saying.
Well, how are you going to, you know what, I'm afraid, and we have to take a break, but, and I want to go into that again, and I always do the same thing, and anyway, let's take a quick break, and we'll be back right after these messages.